The Voice's 10 best winners that should have made it big, but didn't. It takes a lot of talent and skill to win The Voice. But what comes afterward is often the hard part. Navigating the difficult world of the music industry has proven that not every talented singer can make it big like other reality star singers. When it comes to victors of The Voice, there have been some brilliant artists to be crowned through the 24+ seasons. So why haven't they received the love they deserved? Since 2011, each season has watched 4 superstar coaches occupy those big red spinning chairs. As they compete with one another to be crowned the winning coach, their main mission is to guide their artists to victory. Then they get their bragging rights. Of all the winners of The Voice, these are the best to win that should have made it big. Kelly Clarkson made history during season 15 of The Voice. Why? She became the first female coach with multiple victories. The reason? Jewel Shepard. During her blind audition, Jewel Shepard took on If I Die Young by the band Perry. It impressed the coaches, but it was Kelly Clarkson who swayed Shepard to be her coach. Throughout her run, the 16-year-old brought a young sound to country music. With her ability to sing anything from Casey Musgraves to the Judds, Shepard had the qualities to become a country superstar. The massive risk of singing an original song during the live finals paid off. Jewel Shepard made history by being the first non-Team Blake female country artist to win the show. Since the show, Jewel Shepard has tried her hand at making it in the industry. She even had a single, Just Like the Circus, which was co-penned by Casey Musgraves herself. Young artists tend to be successful on The Voice. Whether a gimmick or not, viewers gravitate toward the youthful acts. When Brynn Cartelli won season 14, she became the youngest female artist to claim the title. It also marked the first time her coach, Kelly Clarkson, won. Oh, and it was her first time in the big red chair. Brynn Cartelli took on big pop anthems throughout her run. From Beneath You're Beautiful by Labyrinth to Adele's Skyfall, Cartelli was unafraid to swing for the fences. Cartelli elevated her profile by opening for Clarkson during her 2019 tour, thanks to her connection with her megastar coach. While she has released singles and EPs, Cartelli just didn't quite hit it as big as many believed she should have. The early seasons of The Voice can be considered the heyday of the program. Thanks to the bromance between Adam Levine and Blake Shelton, viewers tuned into seeing their banter. Oh, and the singers. When a country artist comes to the blind auditions, if Blake Shelton turns his chair, they tend to want him to coach them. Such was the case for season 7's Craig Wayne Boyd. He had everything a modern country crooner needed to make it big, leaning toward classic artists like George Strait and Johnny Cash. Craig Wayne Boyd resonated with country fans everywhere. Even when the odds were against him, losing the battle and knockouts and having to be saved, and then facing off against 3 Team Adam artists in the finale, Craig Wayne Boyd and Blake Shelton were victorious. After his win, Craig Wayne Boyd hit #1 on the country charts with his single, My Baby's Got a Smile on Her Face. He continued to release music in Nashville, but he never quite became the household name he should have been. The Voice, NBC's hit singing competition show, has produced numerous winners since its debut in 2011. With their incredible talent and national exposure, many believe that these singers were destined for superstardom. However, despite their vocal prowess, several winners of The Voice have not achieved the level of commercial success that one might expect. Here are 10 of the most notable winners who seemed poised for big careers, but for various reasons, never fully broke through. 1. Javier Colin. Season 1. Javier Colin won the inaugural season of The Voice in 2011, captivating audiences with his smooth vocals and R&B style. With the backing of coach Adam Levine, Colin released his post-show album Come Through For You, but it failed to make a significant impact on the charts. Despite his undeniable talent, Colin struggled to gain mainstream traction. His music didn't quite fit the trends of the time, and after parting ways with his label, his career quieted down. Colin continues to make music independently, but his early promise has never fully translated into widespread success. 2. Jermaine Paul, Season 2. Jermaine Paul, a former backup singer for Alicia Keys, won the second season of The Voice in 2012, guided by coach Blake Shelton. His soulful voice and stage presence suggested a bright future ahead. However, despite releasing a few singles post-show, Paul failed to gain much attention in the music industry. His victory came during a time when The Voice was still finding its footing, and it seems Paul wasn't able to leverage his win into a long-lasting career in the spotlight. 3. Tessan Chin, Season 5. Tessan Chin's victory in Season 5 of The Voice was one of the most exciting wins in the show's history. A powerful vocalist with Jamaican roots, Chin's blend of reggae and pop should have stood out in the industry. She even debuted at No. 41 on the Billboard 200 with her album, Count on My Love, but despite her initial buzz, she didn't maintain the momentum. Some speculate that her genre-blurring style didn't fit neatly into the pop music mold, which may have contributed to her commercial struggles. 4. Craig Wayne Boyd, Season 7. Craig Wayne Boyd's win in Season 7 seemed like a dream come true for country music fans. Another Blake Shelton protege, Boyd had a strong country following after his performance of The Old Rugged Cross, which hit no one on the iTunes charts. But despite his appeal to country audiences, Boyd was unable to sustain his popularity. While he's continued to release music independently, Boyd never managed to climb the heights of country stardom that many had expected. 5. Sawyer Fredericks, Season 8. Sawyer Fredericks, the youngest winner in The Voice history at the time, had a distinct, folksy sound that separated him from many of the other contestants. His pure and raw vocal style won over Coach Pharrell Williams and the audience alike. After winning, Fredericks released his album, A Good Storm, but it didn't garner the widespread success many anticipated. His departure from major label Republic Records suggested that his artistic direction may have clashed with the commercial expectations placed upon him. 6. Allison Porter, Season 10. Former child star Allison Porter's journey on The Voice was a triumphant story of personal redemption. Her performances, particularly of Somewhere from West Side Story, gave her the win under coach Christina Aguilera. Porter's powerful, Broadway-like voice drew comparisons to legends like Barbra Streisand, but despite these accolades, her post-show career didn't take off as expected. Porter has since released independent music and returned to her theater roots, but she hasn't achieved the mainstream stardom that many envisioned. 7. Chris Blue, Season 4. Chris Blue's soulful performances and dynamic stage presence made him a fan favorite in Season 12. With Alicia Keys as his coach, Blue seemed destined for a big career. His single Money on You charted, but it wasn't enough to propel him into lasting fame. Despite his vocal abilities and likable personality, Blue has struggled to maintain momentum in a crowded industry, and his post-show releases have largely flown under the radar. 8. Sundance Head, Season 11. Sundance Head, another country-influenced artist and Blake Shelton protege, had one of the most impressive vocal ranges of any winner on The Voice. His blend of country, soul, and blues made him a standout on the show, but his victory didn't translate into lasting mainstream success. Despite opening for Shelton on tour and releasing a few singles, Sundance Head hasn't become a household name, and his career has mostly been confined to the indie country scene. 9. Cheval Shepherd, Season 15. Cheval Shepherd, a teenage country singer with a mature, classic sound, wowed audiences with her traditional country performances. She had a promising career ahead after winning Season 15 under coach Kelly Clarkson. While Shepherd has released a few singles since her win, she has not yet broken into the country music mainstream. Her old-school country style may not have aligned with the more pop-oriented direction that country music has taken in recent years, which could explain her limited commercial success.